All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are taking a look at GTII and ENZC. So I gotta call something out because it's actually really annoying me. So as I'm looking at my screen, this thing is saying that GTII closed at 97 cents on Friday. I went to Google, I typed in GTII closing price. It also tells me 97 cents. As I'm looking at my phone right now, I'm looking at my Webull app. Webull is showing 98, what is it, 66? 98.99 actually, almost 99. There's a roughly 2 cent difference, and it's really annoying me. All right, that said, look, I think the weekly doesn't matter too much. It actually does a little bit, but end of the day I think it would still be a doji. So I'll get into all that shortly, but really quickly, I'm really annoyed that like I can't tell what GTII closed at between three things. And in all honesty, that goes with like trading in these kind of, stocks, right? Like I will never tell you, don't put your money in these stocks, like no risk, no reward, right? But there are some downsides with being in these penny stocks, right? Everyone kind of calls like $5 or less penny stock, this, that, whatever. Like that's annoying, just not knowing the price. All right, but again, I think for the technicals itself, it'll be pretty clean for what we're gonna do today. That said, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines as well as diagonal trend lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this thing with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms, okay? But I swear, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So GTII, look, the whole video last week was all about the 200 moving average on the weekly chart. All right, whenever I make my videos, I'm normally way more interested in the daily. I have now been more interested in the weekly for GTII especially. Okay, last week we lose the 200, the last of the moving averages. The other 4 are up here, right? And my fear was if we lose the 200, it actually could be a real quick drop into the 70s. Okay, this wasn't a good week, but for sure it wasn't a bad week, okay? And I always say a doji does not count, all right? I also generally say the week after the doji should be pretty telling, and that's kind of what I'm seeing right here, okay? I wish we came a little higher up, a little closer to 50% candle. I definitely wish we got over the 200, but look, if Webull is right, if we're actually in the 9.8 whatever, we're over the 200. If this thing is right, we're under the 200. Nonetheless, even if we were like right there, it's still a doji in my book. You know what I mean? So I would have loved to know if we actually got over it or under it. Even if we got over it, I would still say it doesn't count. You know what I mean? So again, the exact same comment from last video is here. I swear, I don't care about Monday through Thursday on this stock. Monday could run 5,000% for all I care, because I have no idea if Tuesday through Thursday is going to lose the 5,000%. And obviously that's a super hard exaggeration, right? But I'm not joking. I actually really don't care about Monday through Thursday. For me, close of Friday needs to do one of two things. It needs to close above 105. It needs to go over 50% candle of this red. Or honestly, I'm kind of expecting it to come down to 85 cents or lower for sure. I guess the or is one more doji, and it just kind of says, hey, give me another week to figure it out. You know what I mean? So there was a comment that said that there should have been a court case that had gotten extended. Again, I don't know a lot about the news. I really appreciate all the comments to kind of give me a little bit of like what's going on in the real world. But looking at these lines alone, look, I'm telling you right now, I'm waiting for confirmation up that we're not going to lose the 200 and we want to go back, or confirmation down, right? So Again, I really don't care about Tuesday through Thursday. It's all about what Friday does, okay? Look, this isn't too bad a daily, I guess, right? We've actually had a nice couple days up. We doji and actually get over the 8 moving average after these 2 dojis, all right? Not a beautiful candle. Obviously, I would have liked a nicer green candle up or something, but yeah, I mean, look, we close at 0.973. The 8 is at 0.96, right? If this one's right or my phone Weeble is right, either way, we're over the 8. That's a good thing, right? Is it a fantastically positive, optimistic thing? It's not, right? Like I'm still very much doubtful that we're gonna get over the 20 moving average at 109. However, if we can get close to this by next Friday, that's, excuse me, what I need for the weekly, right? So 105, I know it doesn't sound like a lot. I know people want a lot more than 105. Dude, for real, this stock needs to close at 105 by Friday. For real. If not, like, I could see it being a quick drop. And again, I'll show it to you here. Oh, I thought I had a 70s line. Hey, maybe we deleted in the last video. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I thought that there was something a little closer to 75 on this video. Maybe it used to be like a 50% candle or something. Nonetheless, I deleted it for whatever reason. I'm not going to add it. So yeah, I'm just... it's all about the weekly. I don't even want to talk about the daily too much because, like, you know, maybe we do end up kind of like bound because we've now made a couple attempts on this 8 the last like couple weeks actually. But again, I don't think I want to talk about the daily. I'm telling you, it's all about the weekly here, in my opinion. I think I don't want to go too much deeper in that. I think that's actually the biggest point here. So ENZC. All right, look, I know a lot of people like to say, hey, technicals don't matter on penny stocks, and that's a very true fact. I've actually said that on a couple other ones. This right here is moving pretty technically smooth, all right? I know it's not moving well, but once you lose the 200 moving average, once you're under all 5 moving averages, seeing 2 relatively large red candles it's common, right? And again, even as we went from here, once you lose the 8, you're going to come to the 20. Once you lose the 20, you're going to come to the 50. Once you lose the 50, you're going to come to the 100. Once you lose the 100, you're going to lose the 200, right? It just, you know, it is what it is, right? And I'm not here to bash the stock. I'm not here to make you get scared and sell or any of that nonsense, right? But one thing I mean, there's a bunch of things I don't like, but it's very much annoying to me that we're under all 5 moving averages. I am not a big fan of being under the 8 and the 20. It also is a little worrisome that like the 20 is kind of just starting to go down. And I don't know if we're going to see it well on the... Okay, I guess we can kind of see it here. What tends to happen is the 2 separate for a while before they catch up. My fear is we still got a ways to go before it catches up, you know? And you know, I'm not necessarily... Oh, man. Maybe this 308 is a decent guess to where this thing... Look, RSI is a 1, okay? That is incredibly low, all right? I'm fairly confident I've seen RSIs in the 0 point whatevers, but this is a ridiculously low RSI. There is so much red. At some point, there should be a pretty decent green pop, right? End of the day, I wouldn't be too confident if we see a double-digit pop, but we're still under key moving at. Look, bad things happen under the 8 and the 20. What does happen is when you go far enough from the 8, you kind of get closer. You go far enough, you get closer. You go far enough, you get closer. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we make a little move to 5, for sure. I am not too sure we can get over 5 very easily. I'll tell you that, okay? And end of the day, I'm not here to believe anything is sustainable until you can break. Look, it's done it. If you can get over the 8 and the 20, once you get over these 2 lines, oh man, bad boy can fly. Once you lose them and they become your enemy, it's a hard way to go. And we just saw that right here, right? Like, there are literally months and months and months and months and months. And actually, you can even go a little further, almost more than year and year and year and year and year and year, right? Where it's just under the 8 and the 20 and obviously the rest too, right? But There's a lot to be worried about. And again, I think what really bothers me is all of this back here is wildly shady trading. All right. Like things don't get better in terms of candles until right here. Like so tight, so small, so tight, so like this isn't real trading. You know, this right here was actually a little closer to real trading. I think the volume speaks to that. You know what I mean? But things can get really, really scary. Okay, for sure, losing 0.26 is not all-time lows, but losing that, I feel loses the real trading and it starts to get really shady under there. You know what I mean? And again, maybe that 308 number, just kind of taking roughly 50% of this candle, maybe that catches it. And again, maybe this 4.2 is going to catch it because, again, that's a silly RSI, right? But at this point, it's almost anyone's guess of how low it can fall. And that's one of the problems with being under all the moving averages, right? So a lot to be worried about. And in all honesty, I wouldn't touch this stock. Man, I probably wouldn't even touch this stock under the 50, all right? Maybe you can, I think, justify an entry at the 100, hopefully ride it up to the 50, but man, it's just so hard to believe we're going to get over all the moving averages anytime soon here. So be careful. Wish you all the best of luck. You know that. And these are just my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Thank you.